You ever think back to something from your childhood and wonder if it was even real? Not because it was magical or amazing, but because it felt off, like a fuzzy dream you're not sure actually happened. For me, that's a show. A kid's show called Hello, Buddy. I used to watch it every Saturday morning, back in the early 90s. I couldn't have been older than 6 or 7. It aired on a network called KidJoy, part of their weekend cartoon lineup, right at 10 a.m. I'd pour myself a bowl of cereal, still in pajamas, and just let the colors and voices wash over me. And then, Buddy would appear. The opening theme is burned into my brain. It's time to laugh and sing today. Hello, Buddy's on his way. The show was set in a bright, cartoon-colored house. Buddy's house. The host, Buddy, was a clown with a colorful striped shirt and a bow tie that could cut glass. He had this frozen smile on his face, always smiling. No matter what he said or did, the smile never dropped. He was surrounded by puppet friends, strange ones. Pickles the cat, a gray, twitchy puppet with big staring eyes and a crackling voice. Mr. Fuzzle, a large orange furball who never spoke real words but shook and grunted a lot. Clinky the clock, a wall puppet that constantly told the wrong time. And Lulu the ladybug, who never showed her face. She only appeared as a shadow behind a curtain, whispering lines like, "Do you like secrets?" They'd sing songs, teach lessons, solve simple problems. The show always ended with Buddy looking into the camera and saying,
Remember, I'm your bestest buddy, all right?
I used to smile and nod along. Back then, it just felt like another silly kids show. It wasn't an obscure thing. Hello, Buddy was pretty popular. I remember kids at school with Buddy backpacks, coloring books, even a plush of Pickles the cat that meowed when you squeezed it. It was big enough to matter. And then one day, it just stopped. No finale, no announcement, no reruns. The next Saturday, it was gone from the KidJoy lineup, replaced by reruns of something else. Within a month, the merchandise disappeared. VHS tapes weren't in stores, commercials were pulled. If it wasn't for the VHS my grandmother recorded off live TV, I'd probably think I imagined the whole thing. But I didn't. It was real, and I needed to know why it vanished. I started digging, watching the old tape, reading every frame of the credits. That's when I saw it. Buddy played by Peter Watkins, I Googled him. Not much came up. Eventually, I found out he legally changed his name in the early 2000s. He goes by Charlie Watkins now. He hasn't done any acting since Hello, Buddy. No interviews, no convention appearances. It's like he just dropped off the map. At first, I figured maybe he just wanted a normal life. But then, I found the stories, not about Peter, about his brother. His name was Michael Watkins, born a few years after Peter. They looked almost identical. Same smile, same eyes, same build. But Michael was different, darker. As a teenager, Michael was expelled for stalking a girl, breaking into her house and watching her sleep. He was removed from school, sent off to live with relatives. That part of his life just disappears from the record. Years later, after the success of Hello, Buddy, Michael started posing as Peter. He booked kids' parties, library events, small-town carnivals. Most parents thought it was the real Buddy, but complaints started to trickle in. One mother said he was too intense. Another said he told her daughter she could visit the real Giggle Grove if she gave him her address. One man, a father, found Michael whispering to his son about a secret clubhouse where the fun never stops. The father grabbed his kid and called the police, and not long after that, Michael was arrested. Police ran his DNA. It matched a sample from a cold case, the body of a child found a year earlier in a wooded area. After his arrest, they searched his home. What they found, even hardened detectives were shaken. The smell was unbearable. There were multiple bodies in various stages of decomposition. Some had been dismembered. Others had been posed, dressed up like puppets. One had a handmade red bow tie. They found limbs, props, costumes, and evidence that at least 13 children had been brought there over the years. Most never made it out. Michael confessed. He said he used the Buddy persona to lure kids in, Promised them the real fun house, gave them his address, said they'd meet the rest of the friends. Only some showed up, and those who did never left. The moment the connection was made, the fallout was immediate. Kidjoy pulled every episode. The show was wiped clean from their archives. Merchandise was recalled. Affiliates were ordered to destroy remaining tapes. It wasn't Peter's fault. He had no part in it. But none of that mattered. The smile was already tainted. No parent wanted to see that face again, not when it had become a symbol of unspeakable horror. The network erased the show not to cover up a scandal, but to bury a shameful memory. And Peter? He disappeared. No interviews, no statements, just silence. And now, I understand. Hello, buddy. Wasn't canceled because it was dangerous. It wasn't taken off the air because of lawsuits or accidents. It was taken away because the world couldn't look at it anymore. Because a show meant to bring joy, to make kids laugh and sing, was hijacked by something monstrous. It became too painful to remember. So they made sure we couldn't. And now that I know the truth, now that I've seen everything, all I can feel when I hear that theme song is sick. That frozen smile, that too happy voice, that final line echoing from my childhood. Yeah, I get why they buried it. And honestly, I think they were right to.